Durag Wisdom, ladies and gentlemen, welcoming you to Earth Date Y2K 19.11.01. We are being treated like we're so stupid. All the people out there, whether from the left, the right, mostly from the right, obviously, but we get some from the left too, treating us like we're all a bunch of morons, that we're stupid. Let's take Steve Colbert for a minute. And last night on his show, I was a little bit disappointed by something he suggested. This doesn't mean I'm going to stop watching him. This doesn't mean I'm woke. This guy does a lot of great stuff for the cause, for the resistance. And I'm certainly not going to boycott him or whatever crazy stuff because of one thing or that. We are all fallible human beings. We can't help ourselves. This is the way it is. But last night he asked Nancy Pelosi to do him a favor. Have the impeachment hearings on early enough so that he could tape his show and do a lot, or he could do a live broadcast. That's what he actually said. He'd like to do, like after these public hearings they're going to have, these historic impeachment hearings, have a public hearing, but make sure it's early enough in the day so that if he wants to do a live show, he'll be able to have been prepared, whatever, for that evening. So that would mean that they'd have to have they suggested 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. What are most people doing at 9 and 10 o'clock when they should be watching the most important event, the important trial, the most important trial in our country's history right now? The impeachment hearings. How are you going to be able to watch the impeachment hearings if you are, of course, working? Americans are brainwashed by the Protestant work ethic, to work by the sweat of your brow until you drop dead. Election day, that should be the Yom Kippur of our country. Bars should be closed. Liquor stores should be closed. They used to have Sunday closing laws. Remember that? For religion. So people don't go in getting, if you have a pot area where you have to smoke weed or something, they should close all places where you're going to alter your mind, anything, so that you can go in and vote clear-headed. Election day, everybody, schools closed, work closed, like Yom Kippur, Christmas, New Year's, Easter Sunday. I don't mean to go on and on like this, but we're working when we should be voting on voting day. But money's always been the most important thing, it seems, in our burgeoning, growing democratic republic, hopefully to a democracy. And unfortunately, money, uncontrolled love of money, would be our downfall. That's why I say capitalism and socialism should combine, make love, create the child, socio-capitalism, which Bernie Sanders calls democratic socialism. We're all working, and Steve Colbert doesn't understand that all of us should be watching it. All of us should be watching this thing because we have a dictator. We have a traitor in the White House who shouldn't even be considered for running for anything. This guy should be arrested. He should be locked up, after tried, of course. He loves dictators. He's working for Putin. He's the Moscovian candidate. Everything he's doing is designed to louse up our country, knock it off the lighthouse on the hill, make us look like a bunch of fools in the eyes, irresponsible fools, traitors in the eyes of the world. He's doing everything that Putin in Moscow wants him to do. And even to consider that we would want this creep to run is just beyond me. This is the important thing that we have to watch. These impeachment hearings, and Steve Colbert wants them on early in the morning so he could do a better show at night. I understand he wants to fight. Steve Colbert should know a little bit better. We work. When we get home at night, we'd probably be, even if they were broadcast at night, we'd probably be too tired to watch the impeachment hearings because we are so tired from our work day, unless you're retired. But in any event, these hearings are so important, they should be on prime time. Prime time. And if Steve Colbert is so concerned about how important it is to have a broadcast on these hearings, and he won't be so prepared if they're on at night, do it by the seat of your pants. Do it near scriptless if you can. Write a few notes down, go out there and wing it. But all of us have to watch this thing. All of us have to take that time when we can, but not when we're working. We work too damn much. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. It makes Jacqueline a dull woman. Steve Colbert, bless his heart. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to demand not only they have these impeachment hearings in prime time, but they have to teach us. They have to act like teachers, explain. We're running here and there. Our minds are stuffed with so many different types of crazy stuff. This is a world that's overloaded with sensation. That's one of the reasons why death is so scary, because you're going to nothingness, no sensation, nothing. Imagine the shock that's going to be. So, it's so difficult for people who are sincere, who want to help everybody, to guide people, to help people have better lives, so they won't be exploited and used and murdered. If we're guiding the people, if we're helping people, if we're respecting their intelligence like they're not being respected today, we're going to do things that make it easy for people to get the access to the knowledge that they need. Having so many libraries that people can go to, for example. The internet having so many different things people can go and see and study. Well, this media, this TV, these networks, you got to be active, you got to be responsible too. And you put that impeachment hearing, all of it, on during prime time. Because this is how we're going to understand the importance of it. This vital importance of it. Give that son of a bitch, traitor, dictator, Nazi, birther creep Trump the reality show he never wanted. Because it's all about reality shows today, isn't it, folks? So if you think people are going to be bored if we put the impeachment hearings on at night, make it like a reality show program if we have to. Do anything. But make sure that this guy is out of our lives, out of our country.